Hey there everybody, it's Bud from Bud's Northeast Outdoors. I'm going to show you how to make my marvelous meatloaf. My birthday's coming up, so I'm going to live it up here a little bit. It's coming up on Saturday, and it's Wednesday now. I'm going to cook it and enjoy it throughout my weekend. So anyway, I have a little different twist on my meatloaf. So anyway, you take your ground beef. I use like 83%. I don't really care for the 93. I know it's supposed to be better for you, but it just seems super dry. And with this recipe, you need a little bit of the moisture coming out of the meat to make it work right. And don't worry, yes, I washed my hands before I handled the meat here, and I'll wash them again after I'm done. So what I normally do is I use about a half a cup of rice instead of breadcrumbs inside in the meatloaf. But unfortunately, I didn't check my rice supply. So I'm a little short. I only have about a cup and a half here. But I'm going to go ahead and mix that in. And an onion. I'm going to have to chop the onion right now. So we'll get to that. There we go. Get the onion. And these right here are medium small onions, so I'm probably going to use 2 of these. I like my food oniony. I love a lot of onions, I love a lot of pepper. Where's my knife? Of course, doing a YouTube video and I can't find any of my stuff. So, nope, here we go. I got one. So we'll cut these onions up, dice them up into small pieces so they cook up nice and tender. Oh, I hate onion peels. Jeez, they're a pain in the butt. But I guess everything comes at a price. This is so good when it's done. Cut the onion in half, take the other peel off. The skin, basically. So anyway, I do this outside when I'm camping over the open fire. And what I normally do is I take this, I put it in a pan, and you can raise and lower the grate over the open fire. And basically what I do is I've got a Weber grill, and you'll see that when I made my jalapeno poppers last year at Carmi. And I use that, and I use it to hold the heat in, so it's kind of like a little oven, almost like the Dutch oven. It holds the heat in, and you can take the cover off real easy and make sure that things aren't getting out of control, but you know, overheating it, burning stuff. So anyway, we'll dice this onion up. As you can tell, I'm no chef tell with the knife, but I figure as long as I don't cut my finger off, it was a job well done. We don't need any extra meat in there. And if I got a little bit of meat in there, it would go from 85% fat to about 115% fat. As you've seen, I'm chubby. Sitting in a boat fishing all day isn't probably the best of exercise, but it gets me out of the house, and I like getting a little sun. I'm mostly Indian, so I tan pretty well, and I like being out in the sun. It feels good. I love getting in that vitamin D. I love camping, love fishing. I just love the outdoors in general. So anyway, we cut that up. So through the magic of time, the other onion's all chopped up and ready to go in. Here we go. And this is basically all I put in it, is just the onions. There's plenty of flavor, and the rice actually soaks up the grease. Hopefully it'll work out well for me this time, because like I say, I only had about a cup and a half of rice. But that's basically what the breadcrumbs do in a normal recipe. So this is just a different twist on doing the same thing, accomplishing the same goal. So, whoops. I guess the dog gets a piece of hamburger. The pug. He hasn't gotten any treats in a few days, because like I say, he's been peeing on the floor. My Christmas or my birthday present to him is going to be a shock collar. Little shit. You know, I love him to death, and I buy him all sorts of treats and stuff, and we were outside like 40 minutes yesterday, and he comes right in the house and takes a leak on the corner of the counter or kitchen cabinets. That was like unfreaking believable. I can't believe he just did that. So just for a little insurance to make sure it comes out of the pan well, we will throw a little Pam in the pan. And I honestly think it probably makes the cleanup of the pan just a little easier too. So we take and throw that in a pan. Hopefully we have enough room here in the pan to make this all fit. As you can see, I got a good quantity of onion in there because like I say, I love onions and I love black pepper. I actually love white pepper on pork and ribeye and stuff like that. Oh my god, I don't know if you guys have ever done a salt encased ribeye, but man, those are some good. You take a bunch of kosher salt, put it in the bottom of your Dutch oven, and you get about an inch thick. Throw the ribeye on top of it and cover the rest of it with salt, and oh my god, it's some of the best meat. It's almost as good as that rotisserie ribeye I did. That was super good. So anyway, we get it all pressed in the pan. Oh, another piece for the dog. Geez, he's gonna think he's out of the doghouse with all these treats on the floor. But anyway, we'll pat that all down, make a little ridge around the edge, because I'm gonna put ketchup and American cheese on it. I love ketchup on my mom used to hate that. I'd put ketchup on it anyway, even if she didn't. But she used to at one point. A lot of these things I got from my mom. She used to make all sorts of crazy things to eat, but boy, we loved it. She had some homemade tomato soup. I wish I could recreate that. But unfortunately, that's not something I've been able to do. I've got a friend that does hot celery. I'll show you that sometime. And dilly beans. And so we just put the ketchup on kind of liberally. I mean, I don't want it super thick, but enough that I can spread it out to cover the top. Get around the edge. Do the little trim piece. Alright. So now I'll take a butter knife and just spread that out so there's no real thick areas. Just kind of like frosting on a cake. Here we go. Get a few pieces of American cheese to put on it. Oh, I love ketchup. I shouldn't, because of course it's loaded with sugar. And I can't seem to find any low sugar-free, is what I mean, type sugar. Or basically because of the tomatoes it would be no sugar added. Because there's a lot of sugar in tomatoes. Tomatoes aren't actually the best thing for a diabetic. But so anyway, I only have 3 pieces of American cheese, of course, because I'm filming this. So what I'll do is I'll break them into segments. Put that there. Put that there. Kind of alternate them back and forth all the way up through. Who knows, maybe I'll be able to go the other direction and overlap them, kind of like a little lattice work. But anyway, we'll try to make it look nice. So anyway, I've figured out with my barbecue, if I put this stuff on the top shelf, it's just like cooking it outside over an open fire. And that's kind of like raising and lowering the grate on the open fire. And what I do is I cover it with that Weber top, but because I'm cooking this in my gas grill, we're only kind of simulating doing it outside. When I go camping, I'll show you everything I make this year, pretty much. My lunches are pretty innovative. Most of the stuff I have pre-prepped. Like, I'm actually thinking of making a meatloaf. Of course, I'll use a smaller pan and less hamburger, because this is made for me to have leftovers with. And well, I guess I only got one piece left over. So anyway, that is that. Now we'll bring it out and set it in the grill. I've got a thermometer that sets on the grill grate, and of course I also have a meat thermometer here. And you always want to use a meat thermometer no matter what you're cooking out on the grill, because it's very easy to misjudge the temperature inside the grill and the meat. Stuff can look done and it's not. And I like my meat kind of medium rare anyway, so you know, that kind of meat doesn't bother me at all. But anyway, so now we're about to take it out to the grill. We'll bring you out there. Alright, so here we go. We take and place this on the old grill on the top layer, and we close it. And I've got all of my knobs here set to medium heat, because that's what I found out seems to work for me with the heat on here. It's about 350, 375 degrees, depending on how warm it is outside. So that's that. And now all we have to do is wait about 50 minutes. We'll check it in about 35, 40 minutes and see how it goes. So as you can hopefully see, it's 350 degrees in here, which is pretty much perfect for what we're doing. I guessed fairly good. I actually dropped it down to low since it's not that cold today. Oh my god, my dog's gonna drive me nuts today. I don't understand what his issue is. But that's the perfect temperature for both the meatloaf and the cake. So we'll check back here. This is about 10 minutes in. I just want to make sure you can see the temperature's dropping as I hold it open. So we need to get it back closed up so she can finish cooking. Like I say, I'll come back out in a little while and we'll check on it again, probably in another 20 minutes, see how the cake's doing. There we go. She's over 180 degrees, almost 200. So the meatloaf's more than done. Got the cheese nice and crispy brown the way I like it. And the ketchup's kind of melted in, so that looks good. That looks really good. Can't wait to dig in. Unfortunately, it's 2:30 and I got to get to bed, so I don't have time to let it cool down. It's crazy. So there we go. There it is, the meatloaf, the Marvolus meatloaf, all plated up on one of my styrofoam plates because I'm a single dude, bachelor, and I don't like to do dishes. And a couple baked potatoes. I did cheat. I didn't use the baked potato foil method. I threw them in the microwave, but we all know you can put them in foil and cook them over the fire too. I just figured with what I was cooking, I had my hands full today. So anyway, I'm going to let you go because I'm going to go eat this, and I'm sure you guys don't want to see that. Alright, well, you guys have a good day. Yeah, I am going to stay up and take and eat this. Probably won't get to bed till 3, so, because I'm going to have a little bit of the dump cake too. So, well, thanks for watching. If you like this stuff, you like and subscribe. Thanks again. See you later. That's the end of another adventure. Bye.